to Jackie of All Things Domestic. I am sharing with you a copycat recipe today. I am super excited to be part of a large collaboration with many other lovely ladies. It is hosted by Mary of Cook With Me. The playlist will be linked below. I will also link directly to Mary's channel. Again, she is of Cook With Me and she is the one hosting this. And if you don't know what a copycat recipe is, it's basically where you make an at-home version of a restaurant favorite. And in my house, we love the Olive Garden. I am making Zuppa Toscana and Olive Garden breadsticks, just like you can find at the OG. Now, my soup might not taste exactly like the Olive Garden's, but I like it better. So it definitely is extremely reminiscent of it. They look visually the same, but I'm going to share with you some variations that we do to fit our palate at home and what we do that we love. But I can promise you, if you're craving the Olive Garden Zuppa Toscana, making this is going to fix that craving, and you will be amazed at how easy it is to make in your own home. So linked below is the actual recipe that I use as inspiration, but I'm going to show you all the ingredients that I have here. I had breakfast earlier this week, so I saved 3 pieces out from the bacon I made, and I chopped it up knowing that I was making this soup. Then I also used potatoes that were getting a little older. That's a great time to use vegetables that are shriveling a little bit or slightly dehydrated, obviously not rotten, because you can rehydrate them with the soup, but they also don't go to waste. So my Instant Pot, I absolutely love it because I don't just use it as a pressure cooker. Today I'm using it because I can use the one pot function. I am sauteing first. I am getting my ground sausage cooked, and then eventually I added in an entire onion. I don't measure it, I just use an onion because that's easy, and that's what I like, is easy. And then I added in a tablespoon of minced garlic. You will see that what I'm doing is not exactly like the recipe that I'm sharing below, but the one that I'm sharing below is how I started to make Zuppa Toscana, and then I've just altered it to the way I'm showing you right now over the years. I just want to tell you that this is about the most heavenly smell ever, if you just can imagine. Onion, sausage, bacon, and garlic. And now I am adding in a ½ teaspoon of crushed red pepper. That gives a nice little spice to it. I probably would add more if my 2-year-old wasn't eating some of this. And then I added in 4 cups of water, a chicken bouillon cube, which I forgot to show you guys, me dropping it in there, and then also an entire carton of chicken broth. Again, I don't measure it because I use an entire carton. I don't want to have some saved. I don't want to save some from before. And now I'm putting it on slow cook for 6 hours. I actually only let it go about 3 or 4 hours, but I put it on 6 so that if I'm running a little behind, it didn't turn off. So about 2.5 to 3 hours in, I start cutting my kale. I add so much more kale than almost any other recipe will tell you because I really like getting the extra veggies in there. My kids will still eat it, and I like the crunch in the soup. I also add way more cream than most people would recommend. I don't drain the sausage fat, and then I just added in 2 cups of cream. That is a lot of fat. It is a high-fat soup. I'm not even going to pretend it's not. And I know the kale doesn't even make up for it, but my daughter that loves this loves it really creamy. If it were me making it, I would probably do about a cup of heavy cream and maybe use another box of chicken broth instead of the water, but she likes it really creamy more than chicken brothy. So I'm giving you permission to alter this, make it how your family's going to like it. I always at the end taste the broth about 50 times, and I salt, pepper it, and then add Parmesan cheese until I think it's absolutely perfect, which isn't hard to achieve. So the breadsticks are really, really, really easy. It is pretty much a cheat because you don't do too much to it, but I have breadsticks that I bought from Market Side at Walmart. These are just like the Olive Garden version. I am spreading melted butter basically all over any surface that I can see. I make sure they're good and coated. I make sure that they are very buttery. And while the butter is still melted and wet, I am sprinkling garlic salt. I will tell you that when I make these, my husband tells me that I don't put enough salt on to match the Olive Garden, but it is such a salty soup with the sausage and adding salt and Parmesan and broth that I don't want these breadsticks to be also super salty. That's just my personal preference. But again, the amount of garlic salt that you add on is totally up to you, but these are so good. And when I sit down with a bowl of Zuppa Toscana and a breadstick, I am suddenly in Italy. And I don't know why I just tried to do an Italy accent because I don't even know how that would be. But look how delicious this looks. I also have to share that I have made this for so many friends. It's kind of my go-to if I have a friend over for lunch, and they always love it. Hey, Else. How is it?
Good.
Is this one of your favorite foods ever? My 7-year-old Elsie, this is actually one of her favorite foods. She will request this as actually a school lunch. So I make this and then I can put it in a thermos for her each day, heat it up on the stove really quick, stick it in the thermos, and she has a wonderful, maybe it's a little fancy for a second grade lunch, but she loves it and really will gobble it up. So if you're like me and you go to Olive Garden for their soup, salad, and breadstick, you can basically get the same thing at your house. I'm going to link below to Olive Garden salad dressing on Amazon where you can buy it right there. So slap that on some lettuce, throw a little black olives, and you can also have a Olive Garden salad and have your own little soup, salad, breadstick lunch at home. So this is part of a large playlist. Don't forget to check them all out. They're listed below. And thank you so much, Mary from Cook With Me, for hosting this. It's been a pleasure. I love being a part of playlists. It's a wonderful way to meet new people, network on YouTube, and I really love connecting with any new subscribers. So if you're new, found me from the playlist, thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this, and I hope I can count on you to stick around. I do grocery hauls, recipes, food tips, fun things that we do in the kitchen. I really decided to just hone in on the family food, and while I'm not a trained chef, I am a mom that cooks for her family every single day. So I share with you what I make. It's not gourmet, but I can tell you it makes my family happy. I'm gonna give you a potato joke today. What do you call a potato wearing
glasses?
And if you didn't catch that, let me say it again. What do you call a potato wearing glasses? A spectator. Elsie, you know what my grandma used to say to my mom?
Yeah.
Eat your soup to make you poop. That one's for you, Grandma. Eat your soup to make you poop. Eat your soup to make you poop. Eat your soup to make you poop. She's so embarrassed. I like my kids to be embarrassed. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next video. If you liked watching this video, I hope you would consider checking out some of my other videos. I have my playlist linked on this page, and I also wanted to share that this is a wonderful leftover soup. I actually enjoy eating this soup the second day more than the first. So make lots and eat it for a long time.